Hello, everybody on YouTube. I'm going to be showing off my rule book I made for a sport I invented and seeing what you guys think. So this is the official playing rules of the National Grasketball League by me, the commissioner, Joe DeSantis, or Joseph, either or works. So I'm just going to read the rules and kind of explain the rationale and reasoning behind each rule. So I'll get to, that's my logo I made. I wanted to incorporate the American flag in there. Got 4 stars for divisions and 4 divisions. And then you have a rugby ball, which is the ball I'll use. I'll get to that. And then you got the NGL, which is what the National Grasketball League stands for. I thought it was better than National Grasketball Association or anything else. So this document contains all current rules that govern the National Grasketball League. Rules can be amended and changed by the league members. Any league member disputes over the interpretation of the rules will be decided by the commissioner, ruling as final. The use of the words illegal. The word illegal is not used to denote lawful wrongdoing, but is illegal within gameplay. So that basically is just saying we can change the rules, and illegal is not like you're going to jail. So the first rule is the setup. So section 1 is the field. So the official size of the field will be 200 feet long, 100 feet wide. So it's smaller than a football field, but bigger than but like 2 times a basketball court. So it's on grass, as you can tell here. And you have 7 players, which I haven't got to yet, but I'll get to that. But it's a mixture kind of between basketball, football, and rugby. So I thought 7 was a good number. In the middle of the field will be a line 8 inches wide, or 8 feet. I can't read. That's 8 inches wide, expanding the whole field vertically. At the center of this line will be a horizontal shape of a rugby ball. On each side will be line 4 inches wide, extending vertically, which shall be 10 feet behind the center line. The last lines will be at the top of the field and the bottom of the field, extending 30 feet vertically from the end and 20 feet horizontally from the end. The last lines will be 4 inches wide as well. Sorry, I keep getting my feet and inches confused. Okay. The area inside these last lines, the grass shading must be lighter than the rest of the field. So we can zoom in a bit, I guess. So there's the design. You have the 30 feet line, the 20 feet line from the hoop, from the middle, the rugby ball shape, the center line. These are 2 other lines, and then that's the lightly shaded area here and here, and that's your hoop. There's a basketball hoop. Okay, now we'll get to the necessary equipment that I've been mentioning. So 2 basketball hoops with 6 feet horizontally and 3.5 feet vertical backboards are required. Transparency and lining on the backboards are not a requirement, but both backboards must have the same design pattern. The height of the rim is set at 8 feet from the ground. The 8 feet is open to change. I might change it to 10, but I thought 8 feet would lead to more dunks. So everyone likes dunks. So in the event of a backboard breaking, the game shall be either forfeited or postponed. The backboards shall be placed 10 feet from the end of the field vertically. This gives players room to travel behind the backboard. The rim of the backboards must face each other. The ball shall be a rugby ball consisting of firm weight and bounce measured by the referee. OLE teams must provide at least 5 balls with appropriate weight and bounce for pregame shoot-arounds. So it makes sense for the rims to face each other. That's how basketball works. The travel around thing is just to give players more mobility, and if they miss a shot, they can go, instead of just going out of bounds automatically, they can go get the ball. Firm weight, that makes sense. 5 rugby balls, away teams, that makes sense. Like you need backup balls just in case something happens. Benches, each field will have seats or benches for both teams. Benches must be uniform between both sides and have accommodations for 30 people. Each bench shall be 50 feet in length, and on the same side in the middle, the benches shall be a scorer and media bench 50 feet wide. Team officials can sit here as well. So that's more if like I'm an actual league. Obviously, I'm not a league right now. I'm one person, but hopefully down the line it's a league because that'd be pretty awesome. It's a timing device. Each field shall have an operating clock with scoreboards in the middle visible for fans. and one on each end of the field visible for players. So you need timing device if you're doing a sport, unless you're like baseball or something. But even they have a pitching clock. So game officials shall consist of a head official and 3 sub-officials. 1 official will work the clock. Officials shall wear official uniforms provided by the National Grasketball League. So officials are responsible for checking and making sure equipment is in place and lining is correct. Officials shall make sure there is no jewelry on players as well as other sharp objects. You just don't want players to get hurt. Officials must meet with captains beforehand. Officials must report any wrongdoings to the league office. When a foul occurs, a whistle may be blown and play shall be stopped. If a whistle is blown accidentally, the referee shall signal to continue by moving his hand in a waving manner. The head official has final say if there is a game dispute between referees, players, and/or coaches. Further action could be done by the league office. So that's the duties of the officials. Those are kind of explanatory. Yeah, the jewelry makes sense. I feel like this is basic stuff. Yeah, league office determines if there's something completely wrong. Okay, penalties. If a penalty occurs by one player or coach, he is given a mark. 3 marks, and a player or coach can no longer play or coach the game. There's an extra space there, so we'll change that. Yeah, so you only get 3 fouls and then you're done. It's kind of like 3 strikes, you're out in baseball. So, but obviously you're not out for the whole game, but that's how it works. And the penalties are like, I'll get to them, but they're not like, oh, a tacky foul. It's like an actual penalty, like it's a pretty big deal. So if a player or coach commits a penalty on purpose, the head official may rule that player as disqualified and/or eject him. Penalties consist of legal tackle, illegal screen, illegal block, fighting, and/or player injuring maneuvers. Delaying the game is sometimes a penalty subjected to the referee. A warning shall be the initial response. A mark will be given to repeat offenders. So I'll go back to the penalties. So I'll get into each one, but you can tackle in this game, but only if the player has the ball, and there's only certain ways you can tackle for player safety. So yeah, so penalties, illegal tackle, illegal screen, illegal block, fighting, and/or player injury maneuvers. So then delay of game, just don't delay the game. Hanging on the rim of either goal deemed by the referee as a penalty for that player. You don't want to break the backboards on purpose. Having more than 7 players on the field will result in a penalty for the coach. I don't know if a penalty is the right one here, but because that'll eject him if it's just a mistake. But I mean, it just keeps the coaches in check, so they're not putting extra players on the field. Foul behavior towards officials shall result in a penalty or ejection. Don't want my officials to get in trouble with the players, or the players get in trouble with officials, but we can't have like bad disagreements that are like really foul or derogatory. So illegal kicking is also a penalty. This occurs when a player goes for a kick that could endanger another player. Kicking the ball can only occur on offense. So there's kicks in the game too, which is a cool rule. When a penalty occurs, the ball is given to a player in the rectangle that they are defending while the other team is placed in the opposite rectangle. Play and time resumes when the player with the ball leaves their defensive rectangle. They have 5 seconds to leave once the referee gives them the ball. If they do not do so, the ball will be given to the opposite team. So, yeah, so that's how the penalties work. The rectangles are the shaded area I mentioned. And intentionally trying to commit penalties to delay and win the game will result in the other team winning regardless of the score. That's a key one. So don't try and intentionally foul. I hate that in basketball. It's so annoying. So that gets rid of that. You can't intentionally foul. So so this is all defensive rules. So tackle is a successful attempt to take a player to the ground. As a player is being tackled, they must immediately get rid of the ball. Failure to do so shall result in a penalty for the offensive player. Tackling shall be from shoulder to waist only. Any other form shall be penalized. So from here to your waist, so it's your torso basically. Tackling can occur when players face each other and cannot occur from behind or the side. A tackle from behind or to the side of the player shall result in the penalty. Grabbing of uniform and latching on is illegal and shall result in penalty. Yeah, so those are all player safety rules. Like, I feel like I'd want to see when someone's about to tackle me. I wouldn't want like to be blindsided. That hurts. So if you're gonna get tackled, you might as well know it's coming. Time length and pauses. Game length will consist of 60 minutes divided into 3 periods like hockey. In the event of a tie, an additional period of 10 minutes shall occur after each tie. Those are like extra overtimes. The clock runs after the face-off. So there's a face-off, which I haven't got to start the period, and only stops after the ball goes out of play. A penalty is called, a timeout is called, or there is an injury. In the case of an injury, there is a face-off. Referees can also decide if the clock stops for other reasons prohibiting the player from playing. Once play resumes after stoppage, the clock starts as well. Each team is given 5 timeouts the whole game. Each team is given an additional timeout at the start of each overtime. For 60 minutes, 5 timeouts is a pretty good amount. I guess I didn't mention how long the timeouts are, but that can always be added. Timeouts last 3 minutes and no players. I guess I change stuff can be on the field. This picture is not supposed to be here. That's what. Change that, delete that. I don't know why that's there. It shouldn't be there. Okay, maybe delete some. Sorry, changing the rules while I work on this. Let's see, can I zoom out some? Oh, here it is. It goes here. See, it says C design below. I don't know why I went there. All right, so I was on time length and pauses. Okay, so, oops. There we go. It won't let me delete that 11, I don't know. This is annoying and frustrating, Google Docs. Okay, see design below. Delete that one. And then enter. And put this between the C design. I don't know why Google Docs is acting up today. I thought it was in order earlier. All advancement. So this should fit the page. There, that works. Okay, sorry about that. So where was I? Oh, I think I missed some of those. So each timeouts, I did have that. Timeouts last 3 minutes and no players can be on the field. Timeouts can only be called on offense. In between each period is a 20-minute break. So, so the game length would probably take around just under 3 hours or so. Or 2.5 to 3 hours probably to finish a game. So, and we want to get the players rested so we have substitution rules I'll get to. So this is the start of a period. At the beginning of each period or after an undeclared possession is a face-off. Face-offs consist of the ball being placed in the middle of the center line in the rugby shape. Then players are put behind the line 10 feet back on opposite sides. When the referee blows the whistle, players may run for the ball. A point is rewarded for the team who won by fully retrieving possession of the ball in the scorer's opinion. So you want to win those faceoffs, you get a free point, or you get 1 point if you get it. It gives you the incentive to win the faceoff. Number of players, each team consists of 16 players, 7 of which may be on the field at once. If a team cannot field 5 players at once, they lose. So yeah, so I don't want like 7 on 2 or 7 on 3 people or 4 or whatever. 1, 0, it doesn't make sense. It won't be fun to watch. They'd get killed. Not literally killed, but you know. Substitutions can occur mid-game as a player enters the bench area and is fully off the field. Another player can enter the field. Uniform designs must be approved by the commissioner. Dry fit t-shirts are required with different numbers on the back for each player, as well as the player's last name along with shorts. Approved advertising is allowed. Team names must be on the jersey. The logo of the team must be on the jersey as well as a National Grasketball League logo on the left shoulder. So I have an example here. Players can not wear helmets or padding. I'm talking about like NFL ones, except ones approved by the league office. Shoes, socks, cleats, and shin guards are required. See design below. So if there's kicking in the game, so you don't want to accidentally kick somebody in the shin and hurt their shin. So that's why the shin guards. So you got your team design, last name, number. Here's some sample cleats and shin guards. You got some approved athletic padding, just basic stuff that doesn't, not this, because I think these actually lead to more injuries than those do. I mean, I don't know if you feel more protected in this than you do in this, but I just feel like concussions are crazy in the NFL. So ball advancement, the ball can only be advanced by carrying, passing, or kicking. So I've kind of explained the kicking. I'll explain carrying. So carrying consists of running with the ball in hand. A pass is when a player intentionally moves the rugby ball to another player. Forward passing, carrying, and kicking are all legal, as well as sideways or backwards. So rugby, you can only move it to your side or behind you, and you can kick it forward. But in this game, you can do whatever basically with the ball in terms of moving it. Players may only use blockers and screeners on offense. A legal block is when a player pushes with the chest area of the front side of the person they are trying to block. I'm filming a video. Sorry, my dad just walked in. So a legal block is when a player pushes within the chest area of the front side of the person they are trying to block. A legal screen consists of a player running to another player near the ball carrier. An illegal block or screen occurs when a player aggressively knocks a player to the ground. This is subjected to the referee, and if deemed dangerous, will result in a penalty. So just that's another thing, like the tackling, you don't want to just hurt somebody. Can I have water? An illegal block or hit the ball. So I got water. Thanks, Dad. If the ball leaves the field of play, the ball will be given to the team who did not touch the ball last for a throw-in where the ball went out. On the throw-in, the ball must be thrown with both hands of the offensive player holding the ball into motion where the ball comes over the head as well as their feet still. Failure to do so will result in the other team getting a throw-in. It's just like the soccer throw-in, but with a rugby ball. Teams have 5 seconds to throw the ball in, otherwise the other team receives a throw-in from the same location. So scoring, the goal of the game is for a team to score more points at the end of the game than their opponent. Scoring can occur in multiple ways, like most sports. So if an offensive player attempts a shot with their feet inside their offensive rectangle from their release of the ball, and the shot goes in, the team is rewarded 2 points. So I'll show you. I mean, you probably follow, but if you shoot in here, it's 2. Shoot out here, 3, and I'll get to the other one. But let me just keep talking. If an offensive player attempts a shot within their feet outside, with their feet outside their offensive rectangle and in between the half court line from the release of the ball and the shot goes in, the team is rewarded 3 points. Sorry. If a defender tips the ball in, no matter where the attempted shot was, the opposing team gets 1 point. So if you tip a block from a 3, it's not a 3. It's it's 1 point for the other team. So if a block shot goes partially in, it's 1 point. Partial blocks, 1, A defender may not interfere with the ball with a negative trajectory on the way into the basket. 5 points will be rewarded to the other team for goaltending or interfering with a ball with negative trajectory on track to go into the basket. Did I mention kicking? There used to be kicking. If a player scores on the wrong side, the opposing team gets a point. Did I add the kicking rule? It used to be on here. Oh, I guess I need to add that. Sorry, I keep adding, but this is an original rule. But if a player kicks the ball, oh, I have that. Oh, right, no, I don't. Sorry. My most unique rule of this game is you get 5 points if you kick the ball in, which I've done myself once or twice in my life. It's pretty hard. I tried for an hour just to try and see if I could do it, and I finally got it in an hour time. But it's really hard for me, at least. Maybe a soccer player could do it easily. So if a player kicks, I can't type, sorry, kicks the ball into the hoop, or into, what did I say? Into their offensive rectangle, and kicks the ball into their offensive rectangle, into their basket, their offensive basket. Sorry. Their team is rewarded 5 points. So that's called the 5-pointer. So if a defender, you got all that. I guess I should delete some stuff here. Oh, I can't create any more space. That's annoying. Delete something. I don't know. I'll fix it later, but maybe I can move this up some. It doesn't help. This thing's always screwing up. Okay, so I guess I'll just feel like I'd be able to fit everything. I guess I could put ball advance, see design below. I could put the design down here and delete. Sorry, I'm off topic right now. Control C. I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. Okay, so rule 10's after scoring. So I'll conclude my video with this. After scoring, the ball is given to a player of the other team. The player is given after scoring the ball. It's not really given. The player is given 5 after scoring the ball. It is the other team's possession. Sorry, I keep typing as I go, but this is good because I got to read my rules and y'all get to hear it. So the player is given 5 seconds to either kick the ball downfield, pass to a teammate, or run up the field without the defense touching him. That's important. So if the ball is moved past center field, defense can automatically resume before the 5 seconds is up. So you have to make a move in 5 seconds. Or actually, so like if you get past center field, then you can, before 5 seconds, then if you under 5 seconds, then like they can automatically resume defense, but you're not allowed to touch somebody until they move the ball past center field or kick the ball or run up the field. I might change the center field, that's a little far, but I could say move past the offensive their now defensive rectangle. Defense can they're now, yeah, so that works. So that's my rules. I want to know your thoughts in the comments, and I think it's a great sport and a great idea, but that's just me. I want to hear everybody's thoughts. So thank you. Bye.